devastating. It's a war zone.
Oh, yeah. What are your plans? Are you going to rebuild?
Yeah, in about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, you're taking scrap metal?
Yeah.
Oh. Just see the journey that this sand has been on. It's still moist.
Sounds like a freight train at your front door.
Very frightening.
Very noisy, yeah.
Miles of debris from the road all the way back to the tree.
The tonnage of the weight of these steel hulls is just unbelievable. What's this? Is this open? Oh, okay. I saw the cones. I guess they opened it. They have a curfew here from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And guys, trucks one after another after another. Okay guys, we are officially in Fort Myers Beach. That's a complete loss right there, that home.
On current road for about 5 miles.
Guys, this is where the monastery is, right on this road, so let's see if we can find it. Good gracious.
Continue on current road for about 13 miles.
$60.29 Estero, so I must be close. So guys, before making this trip, I was actually looking for a place to stay here on Fort Myers Beach, and there was nothing open. Now you know why. Yeah, so far as I can tell, none of these hotels are open, and they won't be for some time. This is it, guys, but it looks like they have a fence all around it. There's a monastery right there. Okay, cool. That's the beach, right there. You can see the ocean from here. She's on it. First, let's go check out the church. We're talking about a 15-foot tidal surge that came in right through here, right at that monastery. What's up, guys? How's it going, man? What are you guys working on today? Was this your boy?
Yeah.
So this, what am I looking at here? An old air conditioning?
Yeah, we just pick up a little scrap metal.
Oh, you're taking scrap metal?
Yeah.
Oh.
We take it to Miami.
Oh, you're going to Miami? Okay, that's where I'm from. I'm from Boca.
Yeah.
You guys going back to Miami? Have you ever seen anything like this? Never. Let me ask you guys a question out of curiosity. How do you know what metal to take? You just look whatever you see that looks like it can fit in your truck and you take it, or how does it work?
A magnet, and we mostly take aluminum, and we touch it, and that's how we measure if it's aluminum or not. And if not, we pick up metal because the aluminum right now is pretty much paying more. Some people don't. Some people take it as like you're trying to take their stuff because they're sad about.
Do you need to check with anyone before you do it?
We knock doors, we ask people.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys need help? We can take this. And we can help you out. Some people say yes, some people say no, some people say they have somebody else.
Hmm. Remote control in the shower basin, and it's still in the plastic packaging. They never got to open it up. And guys, just how fickle nature can be. All that destruction, twisted metal, broken walls and planks of wood, and yet something as fragile as a fan shell. 3 of them still intact. So this is public beach access. There's the sign for it. Although, it's pretty easy to miss. Yeah, this is Estero Boulevard. That's the monastery right there. They have it fenced off. But I'll raise you guys up for a closer look. Amazing to think the bravery of the poor sisters of St. Clair. These nuns, with their incredible will to live and ride out the storm, right here, literally yards away from where that surge came ashore. Do you live here? Do you mind me asking?
My house is both of my houses are got a duplex. It's down about 4 houses.
Do you mind if I ask you? Are you a resident here?
6 months. My lady's had it since 2000.
So were you here for this, or you weren't here? Thankfully.
I came down a week later. Yeah, our houses, both of them washed up against the houses on Estero here. All was left was the driveway.
Of your homes? Really? How are the insurance companies treating you?
Well, they sent their money back home, and we go, no, we're here, and then they wanted to send it to our house, and we go, there's no house there, and there's no mailbox, and there's no mail service on the beach. So it's getting sent to a P.O. box that we have up in Bonita.
Okay, well, you'll get it. At least it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
What are your plans? Are you going to rebuild?
Yeah, in about 4 or 5 years. They want from 500 to 800 bucks a square foot to rebuild.
So what happens in the meantime? The lot just sits there? You clear it and just leave it and wait?
We're gonna wait. We bought a condo down the road here, and we'll wait it out for as long as we want, and then sell it again.
You're very determined, because a lot of people would be like, the heck with this. I don't want to go through this ever again. I'm out of here.
Yep. Yep, one person, the third house down, they had just bought it. They came down and bought it, and then it got wiped away. All these houses got wiped away. Only ones that lasted were the new builds. My buddy, William Park, he lived there, and he went upstairs and was going to ride it out, but the water was coming up too quick, so he got in his car. It was just halfway up his shin. By the time he got to the 5-story building up over here, it was coming in his doors of his car. That's how fast the water came up.
Let me ask you, and I appreciate your time and this information, and I'm so sorry that you had to go through this. Any words of wisdom after having gone through this? I mean, I know you didn't physically go through it, but you own property here, you're a resident here, you pay taxes here, I'm sure, into the community and do a lot of things. What do you have to say about this?
It's just it's devastating. It's a war zone. People are dead and, destruction everywhere. But we're going to rebuild. And my next door neighbor, I called him right after, and he goes, "What are you guys going to do?" And I said, "We're going to rebuild." And he goes, "So am I then."
Yeah, man, the American spirit. Well, I will tell you one thing. I think it's worth it. I know you've gone through a lot, but this is beautiful here.
My lady says it's just stuff, but it wasn't just stuff. She's trying to make light of it.
It's just amazing to me, guys, how such incredible beauty. This is a beautiful beach to meet head on with such ugly disaster. There are a few folks out here, though, enjoying this lovely day. And you can see the tread marks, guys, from the tires, from the dump trucks that have been reclaiming the sand that was taken by that giant wave all the way to the streets, where it was reclaimed by these trucks and brought back where it belongs, right here on the beach with the rest of the sand. And guys, you could just see the journey that this sand has been on. It's still moist, and it's just been through a lot. It's so much darker than this powder here that it's normally the beauty of this white sand beach. It's almost as if the sand itself is in shock. Somebody put together a nice little collection. I gotta give the Gulf Coast the edge on the shells too. I think you get better shells on this side. See, guys, I call it like it is. I'm not all about the East Coast. I mean, this is beautiful. Look at this beach. Even with all its challenges, it's still beautiful. Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. Were you here, sir, going through the hurricane?
I'm offshore. I'm off island. I'm about 3 miles off island. I'm in a condo, 2nd floor. So I was here.
You were okay? Yeah. 2nd floor is still kind of low, but...
Sounds like a freight train at your front door.
Very frightening.
Very noisy, yeah. No electric, no water, no cable, no internet.
So what do you do here? So you patrol this beach here?
Yeah.
Are you part of the county or...
The town. Fort Myers Beach, or down in Fort Myers Beach.
Town. All right, so is it police or?
No, it comes under code enforcement. We're the beach patrol.
Oh, nice.
We're responsible for the beach and ordinances on the beach, and then we do parking.
Ah, that's fantastic. Now, what is the mood like here now? I mean, it's almost a silly question, but it's been 3.5 months.
I can tell you that the resolve of the people here is amazing. The resilience is amazing. They're determined to rebuild. People that are coming down, it's good to see them coming out and supporting the local businesses that are back up and running, and they've struggled. So hopefully we'll get a little more closer to normal every day.
How long do you think it'll take to get back to normal?
I don't know. It's going to be a few years. But you know what? Got a beautiful beach here, beautiful town. So, but it's a great place. It really is. You know, it's paradise, and that's why I moved here, because it's so beautiful and serene. And eventually Mother Nature can unleash a wrath of destruction. And
She's using them for a little. She lives here. I live 4 hours.
How are people doing here, ma'am? How are their spirits considering?
Pretty darn good. Every once in a while, somebody will be disgruntled because a lot of these people that lost absolutely everything, they're having a hard time getting the FEMA trailers and stuff.
Still?
To live. Yeah. Getting sealed, and there's tons of trailers sitting there, so why the hell aren't they distributing them? That was the issue. But I guess because there was no power, no water, they thought, we should find somewhere else to live.
So what do they do? Where are these people now? Are they still in the parking lots of Walmart?
Well, I saw a lady on TV that just killed me. Her house was devastated. They brought her a trailer, and she's sleeping in her car because they will not give her the keys to the trailer because there's no power and no water. So she's sleeping in her car.
So in other words, they think it's unlivable for her to go in because there's no power, no water, but it's livable for her to live in her car.
Yeah. From that point, miles of debris. Between that bridge and Lover's Key, it was like 25 feet wide. From the road all the way back to the trees. I found a good place where the houses are gone now, but they had pathways and stuff. So,
right.
And a place to park, so I pulled my vehicle in there and we walked down the path to this nice beach.
This is beautiful.
It is.
Oh, it's terrible. It's really an honor to be able to speak with some of these folks that live here and either have gone through this tragedy or somehow it's disrupted and affected their lives. This is the Sandpiper. They maintain their optimistic attitudes and outlook that they will be back, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't wait to see what they do. So this machine here, the crane picks up a large pile of sand with whatever else happens to be mixed into it. That machine right there will separate everything out of the sand. Look at the size of this tree that came down both on that bus and the house. The more I see this, the more widespread that it's registering in my brain that this is. One word comes to mind, guys. Apocalypse. You can see the news here. This must be a daily thing with the news, guys. She's the reporter, he's the cameraman. You'll see construction workers and all sorts of people that are here helping in some manner or fashion. And there's the cement pilings, the only remains of the Fort Myers Pier. Even still, guys, there's music playing. There are people that are out enjoying this incredibly beautiful day and trying to make the best of a terrible situation. I mean, the tonnage of the weight of these steel hulls is just unbelievable. Guys, I will tell you that when you come here, there are images that just spring into your mind that you can't keep out. And as I'm seeing this, it's like Hollywood. It's like a set out of Hollywood that just would be unbelievable. It conjures memories of the movies, Planet of the Apes, when they were underneath the city in the old subway tunnels. What possible machinery could they use to move these? I mean, I would imagine they'll probably have to be taken apart piece by piece, even back in there. I can only imagine it's probably going to be quite some time before they get to this. Guys, I came here with a plan, not to seek out more devastation, but to see what progress has been made, to talk to some of the people and to see how their spirits were and how they were doing and what progress they had made, both personally and in every aspect of their lives. But what I'm seeing is, as much progress has been made, there's still so much more that needs to be done.